Welcome back, everyone. It is great to see our friend Jordan Browning with Ozarks Food Harvest. You've got the Hungerthon coming up. Cute little backpack here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, and if our viewers are tuning in for this first time, can you tell us about Ozarks Food Harvest and the Hungerthon?
Yes, so we are the Feeding America Food Bank for Southwest Missouri, and this weekend we are raising money for our weekend backpack program. So for those who don't know, kiddos who use the free and reduced lunch program during the week, they have access to a breakfast and lunch. The problem is they leave school on Friday and then all of a sudden they don't have meals for 2 straight days. So it's very difficult to come back to school Monday morning and be ready to learn. So what we've done is create this program that provides 2 full days worth of meals. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a kiddo, and we do that all year long. But in order to do that, we do need funds to do that. So with our Hungerthon, we're trying to raise more than $250,000 so we can get 700 kids on this program.
Wow.
Yes.
And do you happen to know, like, right now, how many students are possibly suffering from that weekend hunger, lack of food? Is it over 700, under 700?
Yeah, absolutely. So a rough average of just our service area, about 1 in 7 kids are facing hunger, and that's each and every week. And so right now, we have this program in all of Springfield Public Schools, and we have it in most of our rural counties as well. So right now, we're trying to get as many kids on this program as we can that are in need of food over the weekend.
Can I see that cute backpack?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold
absolutely.
this. And what is this filled with right now, Jordan?
So this has all of the meals over the
show this to
weekend.
Kayla.
So the really cool thing about this is that we fill this full of USDA nutrition stuff. So this has got fruits, it's got vegetables, it's got dairy products, everything a kid needs to grow up, because I think we can all agree that a kid really needs those high dense nutrients when they're coming up and growing.
Absolutely, especially a Sunday going into Monday. You've kind of, as a kid, I just, depleted all your energy because you're playing, you're, doing everything a kid does. So going Sunday into Monday, you really want to have your brain revamped and ready to go for the long week ahead.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this is it's all shelf stable, so they don't need any refrigeration, and everything can be opened and used. It's all in the backpack, so they don't need access to anything else.
Oh,
There's quite a bit of food in here. That's amazing you can give away this much food to help the kids. That's so great.
Yeah. So because we, at Ozarks Food Harvest, we have our massive 100,000 square foot warehouse, we can get this food at a much cheaper rate and spread that money as far as it can possibly go. So we can take just $1 and turn that into $10 worth of groceries.
wow.
So how do people like us, people watching like us, how do we get involved with Hungerthon to help? What is the goal? How do we get involved?
Absolutely. So anytime this weekend, it starts on Friday and goes through Monday, any of the iHeartMedia stations, so that's 105.9, 95.5, tune into there and we'll have matching donations all weekend so people can call in and donate. Or if you just want to go online like most of us do now, just go to ozarksfoodharvest.org.
Okay.
It's that simple. And like you said, you can take $1 and then stretch it to 10.
Absolutely.
That's what's the secret there?
Yeah, I mean, so we have this massive warehousing space. So we have 100,000 square feet. We have more than 20 trucks that are running every single day.
Wow.
So we're able to not only keep the food in a massive warehouse, but we're able to distribute it much easier than an individual agency could.
And by the way, kudos to your volunteers. I've seen the operation in action.
thanks.
I've seen the volunteers working. They are working tirelessly, and they're doing it because they have a heart to help the community. So huge shout out to the volunteers. And if people want to volunteer, you're always taking volunteers, I know.
Oh my gosh, yes. We're always taking volunteers. They can sign up online. And that one is the lifeblood of our organization, because without volunteers, we just couldn't do what we do, because we sort more than 100,000 pounds of food per week. And we have to do that to make sure that food continuously is going out the door. Because right now, there's a higher demand for food than it was during the peak of the pandemic.
Wow.
So we're still kind of in an emergency mode right now, not only for kids, but just the population in general.
Yeah, for sure. And if I missed this, I apologize.
No.
How long does Hungerthon last? Just the weekend?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah, so this will start tomorrow, and then it will go through Monday morning.
Monday morning. Okay.
Yes.
So
And
you've
what's
got
the
some
goal
days.
again?
The goal will be $250,000 so we can raise it for 700 kiddos.
Love that.
Yes.
That's a lot. And guys, like we've learned this a lot over the years too. These great organizations, like they said, can stretch that dollar. That's why they appreciate probably donations, but the monetary donation is important because they can make that go further than we can as individuals.
Yes,
That's why it's important. I think a lot of people are like, well, I've got this extra canned good and I've got these extra things. That's great, but we need your services so they can make it stretch.
Right. Yeah, and like we talked about, it's because we have access to all those resources that the average citizen doesn't. We can stretch that as far as it can possibly go.
I was going to ask, do you have any stories or memories that of a kid getting a backpack, and or maybe their parents and what they've said to you or the feedback you've gotten?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, just in the last year, the crazy thing is we've been running this program since 2003. So now we're starting to get calls in from kids that were on the program, and they say, hey, I want to sponsor a kid for a year because this helped me out when I was in elementary school. And so we're starting to get those calls in, which is great that so many people, you can see those effects of that food has, is they're in a stable situation and now they're giving back to the same community that helped them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and I've said it many times over the years. I'm sorry we need you, but I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
That's a great way of putting it.
It's so the truth, because we need organizations like this, and you're out and about in Springfield and in the Ozarks. You see the need, unfortunately, and unfortunately these are tough times, and we will get through this thanks to great organizations like Ozarks Food Harvest. So one more time, all the details, how can people donate this weekend?
Yes, so tune into iHeartMedia all this weekend, or you can go to ozarksfoodharvest.org and donate through there as well.
If you're able, if you're able, again, if you're struggling, we understand, we get it, but if you're able and if you can, that helps our local community, and that's what's important. Helping people right here in our backyard, in our neighborhoods, is not going anywhere else. So Jordan Brining, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, don't go anywhere. We have a fun little dance rehearsal for the Chiefs season opener tonight.
Woo!
We'll be back. And nachos. And more nachos.